Hi there. My name's Tyler Brinker, and I am a recent graduate from devCodeCamp's 14-week full-stack software development boot camp. Just some quick background information about me. I'm 31 years old. I live in Northeast Iowa. I have a fiance. I'm getting ready to get married here in May. I have a dog, house, the American dream. Excuse me. Um, Beyond that, before I got into software development, I drove a truck for a company called Shreddit, where I did secure uh, document destruction for different banks and businesses and hospitals and whatnot. And before I did that, I managed a cell phone store. So I was in retail sales. Before that, I delivered pizzas and worked overnight at a local pharmacy. So I've just kind of been all over the place in terms of where I've been working and what I've done and different skill sets and whatnot. But um, since starting software development in September, I have been thrilled with the potential and just what doors could be opened with the right know-how in terms of what we can make these things do. So I'm really excited to be getting into this realm of possibility. Um, so for my capstone my capstone project for the boot camp, um, I had this app idea that's been in my head for a long time. You see, I bought this house um, probably 8 years ago now, and was renting it for a few years before that. And in that time, this was we had as many as 7 different guys living in this one 2-bedroom house. Two with a half a bedroom in the basement. Um, and there's always been questions of who was the last person to buy toilet paper, who was the last person to buy milk, did everyone pay the energy bill, is it easier if I just pay it and you all pay me? Well, I didn't. There were so many different things to manage, especially with um, so many people in and out, um, and dividing bills so many ways. And now there's just me and one other guy left who's been here since 2012 with me. But um, I still find myself calling from the store every now and then. Hey, do we have eggs? Do we have this seasoning I need for this recipe? What about produce? What do we have in stock? Or even just getting to the store and thinking, how am I doing on toothpaste? Stuff like that. Um, so I've looked for apps to kind of manage these questions and these things that I'm always trying to keep straight, just for my own personal management and for the household at large. So I developed an app that I am, as a working title, calling Household. This was a 10-day sprint at the end of our program. Um, for the back end, I used Python, Django in the Django web token for authentication. And for the front end, I used JavaScript, React, and Bootstrap for styling. What you see on screen is what you would see when you first create an account. Um, so this is something that you can either there's 2 different methods to join an existing household. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new household. This is not my address, but it will do for now. Um, when you create it, it's you see this kind of landing page, and it has everyone who lives here, which right now is just me. But let's say that my roommate Dalton, I create this household and he wants to make an account. I'm going to refresh so that we know that the search feature is going to work. And I'm going to type in this address, and it's going to pull up this page right here where, hey, you can send a request to the admin of the household to join. And I'm going to see that here on this page that Dalton is requesting to join Manville. And I'm going to approve that. And when I go back to home, it reflects that he now lives here. And when he refreshes, it shows the Manville page as well. So that's how you create and one way to join. I'm going to work with some established information here using characters from the hit TV show New Girl. I'm going to refresh here as well to reflect current information. Um, and let's say we go in here. We're looking at Schmidt's page right now. You can see that Schmidt has his personal bills, his cell phone bill that he can keep track of, as well as any household bills for the public utilities company in LA. Now, this payment here is divided. When you create the bill, let's say I'm going to do electricity, if I could type, apologies, to the city. Account number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six mail checks to 146 or 146 Utilities Street. Amount is $200, and that is going to be due February 8th, or March 8th, excuse me. And when you create the bill, it shows up here. Now you'll notice that I put in the total of $200, but there are 3 people living in this house. So when you make a bill from the household page, it divides that total between everyone who is currently in the home. You open it up, and I can choose make a payment, and I'm going to pay my $66.67, and that's going to be today. Check number. Hit enter too soon, but hey, you can now see you made a payment of $66.67 on 2023 or February 20th. Now, if I switch over to that other page that I had open and I refresh, I can go to his bills here. He can see that bill I just created for the city, $66.67. But when he opens payments, he can see that the other character made his payment already. And as each person pays their bill, it will move to the all paid section. Likewise, let's say I have a parking ticket for $400. I can go in here, make my $400 payment, and date it today, and mailed via post office. And you can add notes. This is silly. I didn't deserve this. What have you. And now you can see that the different that payment was made. It moved the bill to the paid section. So that's the first section. The second one is going to be the inventory. So basically here I'm keeping track, or Nick's keeping track of the only things that he really worries about: the ketchup for his French fries and the beer he drinks with his dinner. But in the household, we can see milk, eggs, butter. And if we switch back over to Schmidt again, and he goes to his inventory, he has his personal items that don't overlap with anyone else's, but he can see the same: milk, eggs, butter, oatmeal, etc. Not something that's all categorized. You can put it items that all live in the fridge, the pantry, items from the bathroom. You can create a category such as linens, and towels gotta be replaced. And it creates linens down here in this bottom category. And if we, sorry, I'm blocking it. There's a button to add a new item. So seasonings, we want. Oh, I'm sorry. It exists in the seasonings. We want paprika. Any brand. Get the big container we use a lot. So then once you have that in here, again, that paprika is added here to the seasonings section. And if we switch back to Nick and refresh, look in the household, you can see that that's been added. Now let's say Nick goes to use some paprika and he realizes that there isn't any. So he can mark this as out, which would also reflect, again, as you refresh here for Schmidt and look at his household, the paprika has been marked out. Now from here, what you can do is you can open up the shopping list. Now here are Schmidt's items that he knows he's running low on. So he can mark, hey, I'm getting low on toothpaste. I know next time I'm at the store, I need to get toothpaste. And then he can hit buy, and it removes it from the list. And if he looks back at his toothpaste, has been marked as stocked. His probiotic juice marked as low. If he hits buy, removes from the list, and probiotic is now marked as stock. Likewise, if we look at the household list, hey, Nick marked that we're out of paprika. And no one's purchased this yet because we just added it. But hey, I'm going to hit buy, and that's going to put that back in the stocked category. let's say toilet paper, something that if you've ever shared a house with people and you have your separate finances, you want to keep track of how often people are contributing to these shared expenses. You can see when different people purchased. Anytime they log a purchase, it keeps track of it. Now I can mark by, and if I switch back over to inventory and the toilet paper, it is marked back in stock. Now, lastly, let's say we've got this person who just responded to an ad on Craigslist for an open room, and I want to make it easy for them to join. So I'm going to copy this code and send it to them. And now, when the new girl joins, she can just enter in this invite number. She'll accept an invite from the loft, and the loft updates automatically to reflect that she has joined. And that is everything I was able to accomplish within that 10-day sprint. For future iterations, because again, this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, I really need to, or I would like to update the bills page to be more in line with the design on the rest of the app. Just something that could be updated. I want to refactor how bills are logged so that for your internet, your phone bill, stuff like that, stuff that you get paid monthly, it comes up automatically. You don't have to go in and manually add all that information each month. I'd also like to add more information here for the admins of the household, because right now it's just the invites and the invite codes. There's no way to manage who's an admin in the household or remove people from the household if they move out and stuff like that. And then just some general styling that I'd like to revisit. But overall, I'm very happy with how it turned out in the time that I had to do it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it evolves as I am able to revisit it, and continue work on it. So, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the whole thing, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks a lot.